Hi there, Karen O'Connor here. So a little while back I recorded a video on signs of vocal fold swelling, and the reason why I'm recording this second video on the topic is because I am presently experiencing some vocal fold swelling. As some of you know, I've had this persistent cough for going on 3 weeks now, and I have these fits of uncontrollable, really aggressive coughing throughout the day, and especially at night when I'm trying to get some sleep, and my entire family has been blessed with this lovely cough. So that has left me with the vocal folds kind of slamming together every time I cough, and a little bit of vocal fold swelling has resulted. And this is really the only situation under which I've ever experienced any kind of vocal injury, vocal fold swelling, when I've had pneumonia, bronchitis, pertussis, yes, because that coughing is really, really aggressive. And it's not a cough that I can necessarily suppress or fake. And when I try to fake it, it just really irritates the airway further. And so I've had to just kind of deal with it and do my best to sort of find ways to deal with the root cause of the cough, which I won't get into right now. But you can hear my voice. I just had a little coughing spell before I started recording this video, so it's a little bit shaky. But I'm recording this video for you today because I want you to hear what vocal fold swelling sounds like. And I really wish that I had thought to do this last week when the swelling was worse. But this week, hopefully you'll be able to hear it. Hopefully the mic on the camera will be able to pick up on that. So, so this explains why I haven't been doing a lot of video recording this past few weeks. I can just barely get through talking without, again, exacerbating the situation, irritating my airways. So, but I do want to demonstrate this for you while I am sick so that you have the benefit of actually hearing it as it really does sound when I have a little bit of vocal fold swelling. Sorry, I just had another really bad coughing fit. So earlier today when I was singing, when I probably shouldn't have been singing because it tends to exacerbate the situation, it irritates my upper respiratory tract, which is where the infection is right now. This is where I got this idea from because I was singing a tiny ooh, and I was just kind of checking to see how healthy my vocal folds are sounding right now. And as I was doing this, I actually got what sounded a little bit like a whistle or a wheeze. And it wasn't my false vocal folds. It wasn't that, like, I always picture like a guy in the desert going, water, water. That's the false vocal folds making that sound. It was definitely because my true vocal folds weren't coming together properly. You could hear that little delay in the onset, and while it was delaying and they were starting to come together, the air was passing through because I was trying to initiate the tone. So the airflow had already started, but I just couldn't get the vocal folds together effectively. So what you'll hear is when I'm singing down here, la, it sounds pretty normal. Again, I have some irritation right now and some mucus going on there, just from the coughing spell that I just had. But when I sing softly in the middle and upper middle parts of my range, you hear how there's that kind of sound? It almost sounds like the false vocal folds are coming together to try to help those vocal folds. I'm not squeezing to make that sound, although I could very well be compensating somewhat, which is the other issue with which is the other issue that we have with problems with our vocal folds, is that oftentimes what will happen is if we are having anything from vocal fold swelling to paralysis, vocal fold paralysis, it can lead us to develop these sort of compensatory techniques in which we do tend to start recruiting wrong parts of our instrument to try to help those vocal folds come together. And so one of the things that a lot of singers do end up doing is drawing those false vocal folds closer together to try to help bring that back portion of the vocal folds together, to draw them together. You can hear that. I don't know if you can hear that. I hope you can. There's a little bit of a delay, like I'm starting the sound. There's a little bit of that kind of sound. Earlier today it was really this high-pitched whistle. It sounded really interesting. Now I'm not intentionally passing air through. I'm not intentionally trying to make an aspirated onset, an airy onset. It's just because I really cannot bring those vocal folds together properly right now. I don't know if you heard those first two times through, but there's that little bit of a whistle. but you can hear it. It starts as a lower pitch, and then I find my fundamental frequency that I'm aiming for. So I'm going to try to conserve my voice after this, but I did want to get on camera just so that you can hear what this mild vocal fold swelling can sound like. Again, so for me, it's a little bit of a delay in the onset of sound, so the vocal folds, that swelling in the vocal folds is really preventing the vocal folds from coming together properly at the onset, and so sometimes it takes a little bit longer for that sound to get generated. But it sounds very similar to situations in the past where I've also had vocal fold swelling due to bronchitis and pneumonia. And there's always for me that delayed onset, and also in terms of how things feel, it almost feels as though there are these little cushions. The vocal folds aren't just coming together with precision. There's like almost like there are some pillows surrounding them or on top of them that are sort of cushioning that blow, we'll say. And that's kind of how it feels a little bit here, where there's a little bit of a padded, muted kind of sound at times with at the onset of sound. Now, of course, the goal here is not for us to sing this softly all the time and to train our voices to do so. The reason why we're doing this is because that piano dynamic, that soft singing, serves as a really good diagnostic tool for vocal fold swelling, because again, singing at louder dynamics can really mask those symptoms of mild vocal fold swelling. So we bring the volume down, we bring the dynamics down to the point where we're just able to get some sound. And if that onset is delayed, like it is for me, then that's a good sign that there's some vocal fold swelling. Oftentimes what happens is we really miss those little warning signs that our vocal folds maybe aren't as healthy as they otherwise should be. Vocal fold swelling can be caused by a number of habits and practices that fall under the categories of vocal misuse, abuse, and overuse. But it can also be caused by some chronic health conditions, such as allergies. So if you're somebody who does tend to suffer from chronic vocal fold swelling, that's something that you need to really talk to your doctor about, because you need to deal with the symptoms, but you also need to deal with the underlying causes that are leading to those symptoms. Alright, so I hope this video was informative today, and I'm sorry my voice is the way it is right now. I'm hoping that I recover very soon so that I can get back to recording some other types of videos for you that require some singing. I'm just not going to be doing any videos that require singing right now. So thank you so much for tuning in. If you appreciated the content of this video, please tell me so by clicking the thumbs up button, give it a good like, and also consider subscribing to this channel if you haven't already done so. Thanks so much.